Hello, and welcome to Reroll Expectations. On the previous episode, the party got a hold of Neff and forced him to take them to the Weaver to get some more information. They couldn't find any more information about the prodigal son, and the Weaver mentioned an archive nearby that maybe would offer some information. They left on good terms and decided to double back to Tana and exchange some more information and kind of find out what they wanted to do. After a quick nap, of course. They feel like the next best step is to go to the archive, and they find themselves there, meddling around, looking for some stuff, before Aramin decides to come up with a cool plan to get access to a secret location.
Yeah, he takes a note and sort of like looks it over, and once again you see like wrinkles upon wrinkles descend from his forehead, and it's like some sort of like wrinkle beast, because how old this man is. And he says, and he goes, "Well, that seems to all be in order. Yes, of course." And he walks you over through a bunch of like small passages between the bookshelves to a sectioned off area with a nice like wrought iron gate around the bookshelves, and you see him fiddle with this key. He hits the lock several times because his hand's really shaky and can't quite get it in there. And he finally gets it in and struggles trying to twist the key, and it finally pops open, and he opens the gate and says, "Well, here you go."
I wonder how he manages with that hole in the wall.
Thank you so much. You've been such a big help.
Not a problem. It's what I'm here for.
All right, so I'm going to step into that section and start to look around, see if anything stands out.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
A 19.
Okay, you peruse around for a little bit. This section is smaller than the adult-only section that you went to earlier, but there are many more books in this area. And as you sort of like peruse around, you notice that there's a bookshelf with a couple books missing in various shelves on here.
Can I use process of elimination to see what could they potentially be about?
Yeah, absolutely. You notice that on the second shelf, it has the whole assortment of the Historical Society of Killer City Archives, but it's missing Volume 6. And then on the fourth shelf, there's a book missing, but you can't quite figure out what it's supposed to be, but it does start with a V. And then on the very bottom shelf, there's a book, another book series called Aspects and You, Getting Accustomed to Your Changing Body, but Volume 9 is missing.
I've seen the sister book for that set, and it was in the wrong section. So somebody who had access to this accidentally put it in the area that I was at.
Yes, I have the History of Killeth, the Volume 6. I'll pull the book out and put it back where it goes.
Yeah, you slide the book out, and it sort of like, once you put the book on the bookshelf, it glides itself into place, like magnetic almost.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pull it out again.
Huh?
Let me try to pull it out again.
Yeah, a little bit of force, but you pull it out again.
Try it putting it back again.
And once again, you put it down, and it glides back into place.
Pulling it out again.
It keeps happening.
Put it back again.
It climaxes. Book pages come flying out of the bookshelf.
Pull it out again. I'm gonna throw it at Armin. No. I'll leave it in there. I believe the shelves might be enchanted somehow, maybe.
It does appear to be, or some sort of interesting mechanical function. Did any of you see this other book, the Aspect one?
No.
Try putting your weird, strange book in the slot and see if it does something.
Okay. I set it on the shelf where Aspect
Nothing
one
happens.
is. I don't think this one belongs here.
I mean, I was just wondering if it was going to respond the same way Philip's book did, and I guess we have our answer, so I am pretty sure the book that I was thumbing through was the one that belongs in this slot here, so I will go try and grab that book.
And I will exit the area and head to wherever that is. I'm sure it takes a minute or two.
Yeah, of course. You exit the area, you walk up a little bit, you catch the librarian sort of like in various areas of the library. He seems oddly fast, honestly. Like, every time you turn a corner, you see a glimpse of him walking around somewhere else there wasn't before. But you get back to the area, you grab the book, you walk back, and then put it back on the shelf, I assume?
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly put it on the shelf and see if I see a similar reaction to Philip's book.
Yeah, same thing. You put it on the shelf, and it glides right into that spot.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it out.
And a little bit of force.
I'm gonna go put it to the slot that Airman was trying.
It doesn't. Nothing happens. Like you slide it in like yourself, but it doesn't like glide into place like it did previously.
There is definitely something magical going on here, fellas.
I think we need to find this last book. So I guess I'll go out there and try to see if there's anything that doesn't fit in any of the other shelves. Is something about the aspect in your changing body?
What was that, Aiden?
I'll help investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be anywhere. This ought to be a interesting
I'm pretty sure he said it for one of y'all.
I did. Give me an investigation check with advantage because you're being helped.
Sure. 22.
Yeah. So you eventually loop back to where Shortring was, and you do find this book, Aspects in You, Getting Accustomed to Your Changing Body,
Oh, he
Volume
did
9.
say that. I am so sorry. I didn't think about that one. I thought about the second one more importantly.
And it's sitting there on the shelf.
Oh, I found it.
I did look at that book or whatever when he returns, and I just completely whiffed on it because he's not spiritual.
The old man walks by and says, "Ooh, a changing body, I see. Lucky you. Value that youth while you can."
This guy's like my age,
I will
right?
try.
I'm sorry?
This guy's like my age, right? Like mid-60s?
He's definitely like up in the hundreds.
Jeez, what is that? I thought he was human.
No, he's alchemist.
Oh, shit. Forgot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to try to stay young forever.
Oh, they all say that. And then once it happens, it happens. You're old and you're frail and... Oh... You see him, he sort of like looks in the distance and like his eyes sort of glaze over a little bit.
I'm going to push him on the shoulder a little bit, see how frail he is.
Doesn't budge at all.
All right, I'm going to go back to the restricted section.
Stonewall,
I'm going to take the greatsword down.
And murder an old man in cold blood.
He is an alchemist, and my character is pretty much lawful neutral against alchemists.
Racist against alchemists. Got it.
Fuck you. They deserve it. They deserve it.
All right.
Choice words.
I'm going to the restricted section. I'm going to put the book back where it belongs.
Yeah, you put the book on the shelf, and once again it glides into place. And once it does, you hear a very soft click as the bookshelf sort of like swings open a little bit.
Well, I do think I perhaps found a secret passage.
Secret tunnel
between those two.
Yeah, I suppose we did.
Well, I think we should go in. Where's Vilif?
Right next to you.
I didn't know if
the
you were
old man.
still trying to kill the old man.
No, I was just kind of pushing him.
All right. Well, are you ready?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna swing it open.
Yeah, you swing the bookshelf open, and you see a set of cobblestone stairs that look very, very dusty that descend downwards onto the ground.
Can I see footprints?
Give me I guess it's survival or nature, one of the two.
Can I help?
I would say survival since we're not in nature.
Yeah, you can help him out.
Yeah, that's fine. I still have a +7, so...
So roll advantage.
Natural 20 and a 16.
It's definitely been a very long time since someone has graced these steps with their presence.
That's a big 27. That's probably like the highest roll we've had on this show. Have we had higher?
I want to say at some point someone's rolled a 28 or 29.
The highest I could get is a 28.
I can't roll that high.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
7 in my survival is about as big as it gets. So, Well, a couple others, but yeah. Anyways,
You do see a set of footprints in the dust, but it's very old, at least several years old since last time someone stepped foot on these stairs in particular.
Doesn't seem that anybody's been here in a long time.
Why don't you sort of close the entrance behind us? I don't want people following us in.
is there a way to do that, Jeff?
Yeah, there's a latch on the back part of this bookshelf, like a door handle essentially.
Can I try and do something stupid?
Always.
It's a staircase leading down, right?
Yeah.
And it's cobblestone stairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna extract my claws, and I'm gonna use my middle one to dig out a bit from the grout between the cobblestones, and jam my javelin in there. So if anyone opens the case and starts walking, they just fall onto the javelin.
Sure. You got it, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's getting in now.
I don't think that that's entirely necessary, Philip. I just said that nobody's been here in a very, very, very long time, unless that creepy old alchemist is onto us. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
It would certainly be our luck that we're the first people to see this in decades, and still someone follows us. So I don't mind Villa for doing that.
I'm putting both my hands on Shortwing's shoulders. Shortwing, it needs to be this way.
We're gonna come back to
being
the
attacked
exit,
right
and there's
now.
gonna be an old man impaled on this javelin.
Shortwing,
Are you winning, son?
this way.
I thought I got called out on that person following you thing. It's a little rude. You descend the stairs and you walk down a very short tunnel until you approach a somewhat large room. It's about 20 by 20 feet with a door on the northeast southwest. You guys are approaching from the south. And the floors are made of marbled stone, and the walls appear to be made of wood, stone, and bookshelves scattered about. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna look at the books.
Yeah. You look at the books. All the titles of the books seem to be extremely faded, and you can't quite make out full words from them. Like the letters have almost like aged with time and disintegrated from these actual book covers.
Wait, say that again?
What part?
What happened to the books?
These books are so old that the name on the binding of the book has like faded away almost. You only see like certain letters. There's scattered bookshelves all across the walls. A couple, maybe 20, 30 books on each bookshelf.
Do I get the sense that like the book will just like disintegrate if I try to pick something up?
Give me an intelligence check. Just flat intelligence.
25.
You don't think it will disintegrate, but you're worried about pages ripping out of these books, if anything.
Very delicate.
I'm gonna try to see which one looks the most stable and kind of carefully flip through the pages by having it flat on the
Sure.
bookshelf.
You reach up to grab the book, and as you try to pull it out of the spot, it doesn't budge at all.
Oh, that's gross.
I'll go this, and I'm gonna grab it. Pull.
Doesn't budge, not in the slightest.
I'm gonna take my dagger and try to
Yeah, your dagger slides in.
wedge it.
Yeah.
Boop.
Doesn't budge.
Can I try to lift the shelf up?
I am.
You struggle for a bit, but you do manage to lift the shelf up a little bit, but it's very, very heavy.
Fuck me! Oh!
Put it down. Put it
Why
down.
is it so heavy?
I am going to ritual cast detect magic.
Sure. You spend about, what is it, 10 minutes, 15 minutes for detect magic?
It's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to bench press the shelf while it's going on.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. God, I hate this spell. It's so hard to work around this spell sometimes because it's like very particular in how it all works.
Yeah.
Jeff could just go, F you, I don't want you detecting my magic.
Well, yeah, it's pretty easy. You say, yeah, it's behind 1 inch of common metal. Oh, there's a sheet of lead there.
Yes, everything is covered in lead. You see nothing. Fuck you. No, so your eyes light up, and you. It's very similar to when you cast this in the tomb many, many moons ago, where just about everything here is magic in different ways. It all sort of blends together, and you can't quite discern where one school starts and another school stops, if that makes sense. It's all magical, all over the place. Which for you is very bizarre, knowing that the alchemists are usually pretty anti-magic.
Yeah, I'm going to relay that. I'm going to say, so I can sense a tremendous amount of magic in this chamber, which is fascinating because alchemists don't typically use magic. So I think there could be something else in play down here.
I mean, it's in the secret room, so maybe it's... I don't know, maybe it's the aspect of divination's private collection, and maybe this just happens to be where she keeps them. I don't think she's necessary. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but they may keep, some of their resources hidden in this place if it's a frequent stop.
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe we should just keep moving forward.
Well, some of the books here might have some use. Should we sift through them and see what they hold?
We can try. I just can't even open any of them. We can see if any actually do come loose.
Okay, I'll start pushing on a couple books and just seeing if they move like a normal book on a bookshelf.
Yeah, they sort of bend and flex as regular books. Once you try to pull them out, they don't budge at all.
I'm actually going to use Mage Hand and try to pick them up.
Same thing. Nothing budges.
I'm going against all of them. Then,
yeah,
so
no, I know. You're smacking them like a row of nice ass cheeks at a frat party, just gliding through, and they bend and twist like regular books. But once you go to pull it out of the bookshelf, they don't budge at all.
Is it right? What was there? Did you say there was anything else in this room, Jeff?
There are doors on each wall that lead to other rooms. I'm sorry, there aren't doors. They're open archways to other rooms.
Any of the open books where the edges and the covers are open against the shelf, I'm gonna try to open them while they're sitting there.
None. They don't budge. The pages won't even come out.
I'm gonna take my greatsword. Oh, weird. I don't know.
Okay, well...
I mean, we can't do nothing here, so let's see what else we can find.
Yeah, let's move forward.
So you guys came from the south. There is a door to the north, east, west.
Well, can we look down the archways?
They're all archways, yes. There's no doors, nothing.
Can we look through and see what's in each side?
Yeah, each room looks pretty much the same. Scattered bookshelves with decrepit books on all of them, with more doors leading further down. Or more archways, sorry.
Beast of the east or best of the west? Which way?
How about north?
We could head north.
I just want to stir shit up. It's the minority choice, so I'm going to walk through the gateway in the north, apparently, and see whatever I can find.
Yeah, you walk through the archway to the north room, and once again, you have doors to the north, south, east, west that all lead to more similar-looking rooms.
Just as a normal study with chairs or something?
Nope, similar, just some bookshelves that you can't really grab the books off of. The bookshelves are different, with different ages to them, but they all look pretty decrepit.
Okay, if I peer into the north room, is it a similar room?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I go to the west and peer in, is it also another bookshelf room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna travel through the north room again, north again, and presumably it's the same room. So is it northwest and east again?
It's all cardinal directions. Every room has 4 archways to other rooms.
So we entered this room from the south, so there's still 3 exits. I'm gonna proceed north again and see, is it also another one of these rooms?
North of the place you just came through?
Yes.
Yeah, so you go back to the room you were just previously in.
No.
No.
He's continuing north.
In a straight line.
Because when you come into the next room, you're coming from the south, so then you
Sorry,
go north again.
My map is fucked up.
Okay.
You go into another room. This room seems a lot more empty than the previous rooms. There are fewer bookshelves in this one than previous rooms.
Seems like it's a big library of multiple rooms, but I mean, I don't know why they didn't just make this an open floor plan. There's got to be some rooms that have more than just books.
Being that it has less books and we're further away from that original room, can I go to one of the bookshelves and try to take a book off?
As you enter this room, a massive flame erupts from the floor and the ceiling. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
All of us?
Well, are you guys all going there or just him?
I went in the room.
So it's both you then, yes. Whoever's with him.
Do I get to use... Wait, do I have that right now?
I only got a 10.
Do I have advantage?
What?
Yeah, that's the advantage. Because you can see it.
Ah.
It's a barbarian thing. He has to see the danger to get an advantage on
Sense,
it.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. Thank God I had that advantage. That's a nat 1. Dex save, you said?
Yeah.
17.
You both managed to jump back in time before the flames start to engulf this room.
Okay, less books, huh?
Well, that makes things a bit more interesting. So how about we be a little bit more cautious as we go through different rooms, shall we? As I see those two barely avoid getting burnt to a crisp.
Roasted.
I didn't imagine somebody would set a flame trap in a room with paper books.
Well, this room clearly didn't have that many paper books. So perhaps we should just stick to rooms that do have books.
Can I look at the door frame and see if there's any, like, tripwire or anything that we triggered to cause the trap?
Give me an investigation check.
Its sexy radar went off when I stepped forward.
Yeah. Phil just instantly gets a boner.
It loves that hot bird body.
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
That's a flat. That's a 4.
You don't see anything, dog. Looks like a normal archway.
I wonder how it detected this.
I did say there's magic everywhere in here.
Well, should we try some more rooms?
Yeah, I'm going to keep looking into rooms, seeing if there's books, and if there is, I will go into that one.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to do one room at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like barreling through rooms.
So, let me look something up real quick before we do this.
Cheatsy McGee and his metagaming.
No. I just didn't want them to move on before I had an understanding of how I can. Okay, so
how you can break my puzzles and fuck me over?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Quick.
Okay, well, I am going to say,
Philip, you seem to be pretty hasty on your reactions. Would you care to proceed forward, and I will give you some guidance?
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna cast guidance on him. So if you have to do another check, it's the D4.
Yep, sure.
All right, I'm gonna lead the way.
So you guys know that the north entry is currently on fire. Do you guys want to go east, west, or south?
West.
Well, we came from south. What's west and what's east when we look into the rooms?
More bookshelves.
West.
I guess west.
Okay. So you walk through, and you walk to another room full of, again, more bookshelves looking relatively the same. As you look north, you do see that room that was on fire, or is still on fire.
How?
How does that work? Yeah. Oh.
Magic,
Okay,
bitches.
Gotcha. All right.
So there's a north room, and the west room has no other doors.
That's kind of
No,
odd.
there are still 4 doors. It's in the distance. It is one room away from
Jeff
you.
took some inspiration from Cube.
South.
What's Cube?
The movie? You've never seen Cube?
It's a terrible movie.
There's 3 of
I
them.
don't
It
know
is
what
not
that
a
is.
terrible movie.
It's a fucking shit movie.
No.
There's a
I love
movie.
it.
Hold on. There's a movie called Cube Squared.
No, just
Yeah.
Cube. There's 3 of them. Though.
And- So
Yeah,
Cube
Cube
3 would be
Squared is the
Cube
second
Cube,
one.
right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, so you're going south?
Going south now.
Yeah. Once again, another room filled with decrepit-looking bookshelves.
As we go
Okay.
through these rooms, I'm using Mage Hand.
Yeah, you're
Brush
just
across,
bitch slapping everything in existence. I got you.
Yeah.
Reading that book.
Okay, is there a room? Wait, I'm facing south. Is there a room west again?
Yes, a room.
Going west.
The one you guys went south. So there's one to the north where the rooms came from, one to the east, one to the south, and one to the west.
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna go left, so east. Because I'm facing
You go
south.
east.
That's the
Yes.
room we just came from.
No, it isn't. Sweet, just
No.
came from a room.
You
to
came
the
from
north.
you came to the south. You walk into this room and a large iron gate falls to the ground.
with just me in it. Shit! Oh god, I'm drawing my greatsword.
Well,
bonus
no,
action rage.
so it comes right in the middle of the room and cuts you off from the other door.
I'm gonna poke it.
Seems like a pretty sturdy gate.
Try to lift it up.
Give me a strength check.
Come on. Don't fail me now, online dice roller. Ooh. Is that a 9? I think it's a 9. That's a 9.
You like spit in your hands and rub them together, and you do the power squat to get that lift up there, and you struggle and you pull, and it is not budging inch.
I'm gonna shake my hands and I'm gonna go, "Raw, I need to be a bit angrier," and I'm gonna rage and then try again.
Sure.
And now I have advantage.
Yeah, try it again.
And I'm gonna use guidance.
I love that.
Shit.
Like, we could have attempted to help and give him advantage, but
5.
Nope.
I'm 120 pounds, and you're.
I would also like to clarify that his assistant would be a 125-pound bird person and a gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What are you gonna do?
120 pounds,
Give it-
and you're like
I'd
60.
like to point out my first
gonna-
dice roll was a 5. My
Give him
second dice
moral
roll
support.
was a nat 20. So 20 plus 3 on my guidance plus 2. That's a fat 25.
Yeah, once again, you spit in your hands, you rub them together, you assume the powerless position,
Pop my
and
butt
you
cheeks.
with butt cheeks out in the air, proper form and everything. You even see Ari like slap your ass for good measure.
Like he's
for a
been
little,
clean pressing for years.
Yeah, you even send your claws out to dig into to this iron to get the best grip possible, and you just heave this gate open like it's made of wood. And you haul it all the way above your head. And then you realize that the whole time, and then you realize that it is made of wood.
What? I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna try to tear part of it off.
Yeah, you crack off a little chunk of it, and it's regular wood.
Painted to look like iron?
You definitely felt iron when you lifted it up, and it is now wood.
Hey, everyone, get across the gate. I'm gonna try something.
All right.
I'm gonna break off enough of it so that we can slip through. Like, I'm gonna break off one bar as I'm holding it up with one arm.
Yeah, it breaks apart
And
like
then-
wood,
As they go through, I'm gonna set it back down.
and it's still wood. It is a very cheap-looking rudimentary wooden gate.
That was definitely iron. I felt it on my scales.
I
So-
think this place messes with our minds.
Possibly. I
Please
don't
be
know.
careful.
Where
and-
am I?
Real quick, let me go to the corner so I can do my business.
Okay, so he finishes relieving himself, and I'm gonna cast guidance on Villif again.
Yep.
I'm so convinced that this thing is not wood.
Yeah. It probably wasn't.
You're a dipshit like that.
Got him.
I'd like to swing on Armin.
That was Anthony talking, not Araman.
All right, I'd like to meet up with Anthony in real life and then shove my hand up his ass.
This makes me think, though, seeing like in my eyes, I thought that this was a wrought iron gate as well, and basically saw it turn to wood.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm going to go north to the room where there's fire, and I'm going to sigh, and then I'm going to kind of stick my hand in it real quick.
Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look back.
I'm gonna go, fuck yeah! And I'm gonna run in.
No. I'm gonna look back real
I'm running
quick,
in.
and I'm gonna smirk, and then I'm stepping in.
Nope, I'm running in after him.
You step into the flames, and as this fire wreaths around you, you don't feel any heat. You don't feel any pain. It just sort of rushes and waves over you.
I feel like Sephiroth right now.
You feel super edgy and cool, and all your high school dreams came true right now.
Cast fireball.
Jeez.
I do have fireball, but
Yeah,
no,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
sprint into the room.
we can't really see though, right? Like everything's bright around us. It really does feel like there's fire around us.
There's heat in the room, but not painful heat.
But as
Does that
far
make
as like
sense?
vision, like I can't really see too much of what's in front of me, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Mage Hand to try and find the entrance, or another door to get out of this room north.
Yeah, there's one door north of where you are.
Okay. I am going to tell Villif, who is probably right next to me, and
Sprinting after you.
I don't know where Shortwing is, but I am going to just yell out, like, follow my voice and follow me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sprinting into the room. Just
Linebacker.
And then I'm just going to keep
I'd like
giving
to pick up
calls
Armin.
like, right here. And then I'm walking towards where my Mage Hand found the opening to the room.
when I see Armin in the flames, I'm gonna lift him up like a princess, Gary.
Sure. And once again, you enter the flames, and although the room is hot, you don't feel the flames hurting you. You don't feel the burning sensation. It just feels hot in the room.
I found you, Armin. I found you.
Thank you, Villif. Now let's
Just
go
carrying
north.
you.
Right there. And then we're going to
Start
step through the archway.
Short ring, are you coming along too, I'm guessing?
I'm following them as best as I can through the guided voice.
Through the fire and the flames, you might say.
Oh, no!
Carry us on.
And I take my sunglasses off.
Oh. You walk through you walk through the archway of this last passage, and the magic just sort of like dissolves around you in this glorious like golden dust sprinkling away as the whole chambers, all the chambers you've been in previously, just sort of like crumble away, and you are now in a one large chamber, with several bookshelves coated in a thick layer of dust. Very dim light is in this room. Nothing created from magical rods or torches. It's extremely dark in this room. So those of you with dark vision, aka everyone but Villif, you can see there is a couple bookshelves on the walls, as well as a single pedestal in the center of the room.
Do I feel like there's magic around, or has that just vanished?
Your detect magic is still on, but there's nothing in this room that is popping off to you.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Yeah, you light a torch. You can now see.
I am going to try to look around with Mage Hand and maybe check for traps.
Give me an investigation check.
24.
You sort of like glide your hand around and you look for any sort of like odd buttons or tripwires and things like that. And you feel the room is very secure. There's nothing alarming your senses or your mage hand. You don't trip or anything. Nothing seems out of the ordinary in this room.
Oh, thank God. I guess I'm going to go right to the books covered in dust and look for anything that stands out, anything that looks important. Wiping dust away so I can read the spine.
Most of these books are so old they don't actually have titles on their binding. They are incredibly old books. Some of them being bound with flesh of animals that are probably now extinct, being bound together by all sorts of old archaic ways. So as you sort of like peruse and attempt your most delicate way to pick up these books, even the dialect that's written inside of these it's hard for you to understand them, and they cover range of knowledge based on old history of the alchemical dominion, history about neighboring kingdoms that have risen and fallen over the past hundreds of years, all kinds of old knowledge.
This is incredible. This is such a large wealth of knowledge that I don't know, frankly, if anyone alive knows about. I don't know if you understand the significance of this find.
Does this seem familiar? Like, maybe not like they've been here, but...
Sorry?
Does this remind me of the researchers?
No, this is definitely like old stuff. Ancient historians probably built this place. For all you know, this could be the original foundation of the Onyx Spire.
I suppose we should begin to look for any knowledge here, and I'll start rifling through the books.
I'm going to check out the podium now.
Yeah. On top of the podium, there is a small purple-bound book, which looks to be handwritten. However, this book definitely is very much out of place. It looks much newer than the books around it. And when I say newer, I mean possibly written within your lifetimes, sort of new, versus the books around you being written in ages gone by. And as you sort of like thumb through the book, it doesn't all make sense to you, whether it's randomly written down notes in alchemist and in alchemical, or phrases you don't quite understand, but you do discover some readable logs, and I'm going to put them in the chat for you now to read. I'm going to put them in one at a time so you can read them out to the class.
Can I read them?
They're going to go in the chat so you can be read aloud with the class.
Okay. Armin, do you want to read them, or should I do a very fancy alchemist voice?
Go for it.
All right. Log 1523. It seems we may have discovered a method of extracting the power of an aspect. Further testing may be necessary, but further pages are missing. We will attempt to capture an aspect and perform the ritual.
I'm going to put the other two in here as well.
Okay. Log 1528. The ritual was a failure. Although we had the aspect, a flash of light overwhelmed us and froze most of them to solid ice. Some of the survivors claim he was Siri, the everlasting of fate. It would make sense, as we had captured her aspect. Log 1656. What if we were to create an anti-magic field around the aspect, then perform the ritual? Could we keep the everlasting out? More research will be needed.
That's the only decipherable text you can find in this book on the pedestal.
Do you think it's possible that Rufus is an aspect?
It's possible. My experience with alchemical experimentation doesn't fall under any aspect knowledge, but knowing his history and any possible linkage to this library, I think it's highly likely.
I'm gonna rifle through books right away, seeing if I can see if there's like a list of aspects, or gods that aspects would be created for.
You know in your own knowledge that aspects are generally pretty publicly known. Once someone is granted that gift, they it's very hard to hide who an aspect is, whether it comes down to their glowing radiant eyes or the immense power that they wield. It's generally not something that they can keep hidden. And even lists of aspects you can find in this library, as well as the standard library that you guys have above ground, of who they were, where they came from, their history, their deeds, and how they passed on after their time was done. So you find a couple of super old documents while you're in this room.
All right, I'll pocket those. I still think that Rue might be an untapped aspect or something like that. I don't know.
Is there any... I hate to keep asking this, but is there anything in this room, any books that I could find that have anything to do with a draconic curse?
No, but I'm going to ask you to give me an investigation check anyway.
Okay. I still have guidance, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a 4, it's a 19, 23.
Okay. You're rifling around through these older bookshelves and stacks of books, and you don't find anything that explicitly mentions the draconic curse, or at least nothing that you can decipher because you don't read Alchemist. But as you're sort of like foraying through some of these books, you do happen to find a small black journal, which for you, the shape of this journal calls out to you in a way that you're not quite sure why.
He'll lift the journal up.
Yeah, you lift the journal up, and it seems oddly familiar to you, but in a terrifying way.
His breathing's going to get heavier and heavier as he opens the journal.
Oh my. You open the journal and you see a scribbled mess of alchemical glyphs and common, but you personally recognize his handwriting as the scientist who worked on you and what brought you into your current form of being. And I have...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
After reading what he has to read, he slams the notebook shut and stuffs it into his bag.
No, I have a lot for you to read.
All right, then I won't do that yet. I won't do that. I'll read it first. And I will do a voice for the fucking scientist.
There you go.
And he said pajama.
I don't know how I feel about that, but okay.
Should I make him French?
Whatever you want, buddy.
Oui, oui.
Vivi. Oh, God. I can't come up with a... Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. The third week of spring, 1383. We have hired scientists from across the lands to work on this project. We are attempting to create a new being, harnessing the power of magic itself. If powerful wizards can control the weave and bring life back to the dead, why can we not create life? First week of fall, 1396. After years of failure, we have finally made progress. 2 of the staff managed to produce a sample of an embryo of a living creature. This is it. Our final project is finally realized. Oh God, there's so much. Jesus H! Third week of fall, 1396. Growth is immense on this. After only a few weeks, the sample has almost become a newborn. We think that this accelerated growth is due to the weave. It seems like it's trying to take back its power. Further research will be noted, but this boy will be our future. I'm sure of it. Second week of summer, 1398. The boy has grown incredibly over the past few years. Marigold and her partner have become extremely fond of the boy. His latent magical powers seem lacking as he cannot access the magic birthed from him. We will need to try and figure out why he can't seem to utilize his gifts. Fourth week of fall, 1398. I stumbled upon some old research within the city of Kileth. Long ago, there were mages who tried to harness the power of an aspect for their own gains. This cannot possibly work, but looking at the ritual, it looks like it can be done. What if we were to fuse the magic with the boy? Imagine the power that could be unlocked. Oh god.
Last one.
Yep. Spring. 1399. Shit. Marigold and her husband took the child. They did not want to see him become a weapon. They took my boy. My prodigal son.
Fade to black, boys. That's the episode.